Well, good afternoon, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this May the 9th, 2023. I'm hoping everybody's having a great Tuesday out there so far. Everybody continues to have a great Tuesday afternoon. Also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. And also stay safe and well also. Alrighty, in today's video, we're going to talk about the watches, warning, and advisories across your locations. Also, we're going to take a look at the weather radar across the nation. Also, we're going to take a look at the Storm Prediction Center outlooks for severe weather for today, Wednesday, and your Thursday. Okay, if you're a new viewer, smash that subscribe button and you're in. That's all you got to do. Love to have you. Like these videos and share these videos with your friends, neighbors, and relatives. So that way more people can get my weather forecast content, and I would greatly appreciate that very much if everybody could smash that subscribe button. I would love to have you. I'm still trying to reach 400 subscribers by this coming Friday, so if anybody out there could help me get to 400, I would greatly appreciate it. And then we're going to work our way from 400 to 500, and then we'll go from there. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get the show on the road here. And let's dive on into your forecast. Alrighty, we got some frost advisory for the outer areas of Maine up here, from some frost advisory for tonight. Also, we have a special weather statement for portions of Vermont as well. Also, some more frost advisories over portions of Pennsylvania. We have a flood watch in effect. Flash flooding possible. Got some flood advisory and a flash flood warning down in southeast Texas. Also got a flood advisory over southern Texas as well. Got a severe thunderstorm watch over portions of Kansas and also southern Nebraska. Got some ongoing severe thunderstorm warnings there as well. Just wanted to mention over here in eastern North Carolina, from around the Raleigh area toward the Outer Banks region, a severe thunderstorm watch will likely be issued later on this afternoon, so I would not be surprised if your area goes under a severe thunderstorm watch at any time. Let me get back to this here. Just wanted to mention that there as well, so just stay tuned. In eastern North Carolina, your NOAA weather radios and your cell phone probably going off in the next little while because a severe thunderstorm watch will be issued for that region. Also, we have some flood advisories still for area rivers in North Dakota, South Dakota, and portions of Minnesota as well. Also, hydro issues over central and eastern Montana. Some flood watches in effect for southeastern Montana as well. And also some flooding issues over here in portions of Idaho as well. Hydro issues for western Wyoming. Some flood advisory, flood watches in effect for Idaho and eastern Oregon. Also, we have some wind advisories down here in portions of Southern California. Also, some fire weather watches, red flag warning in effect for New Mexico and Arizona, and also portions of Colorado as well. We got some special weather statements over here in portions of Alaska. The north side of the islands of Hawaii looks good. South side got a few gale warnings around the Mississippi, northern Florida, also back down in Louisiana and Texas, down into the Gulf of Mexico as well. Also, we got these shower and thunderstorms going on. on over here in portions of Montana and Idaho, back into southern Canada. Got some rain showers over portions of Washington State and a little bit offshore there. High pressure still dominant southeastern United States is the Bermuda High out into the Atlantic region back to the west across the Carolinas, but a backdoor cold front will drop through the area later this afternoon and tonight and knock temperature where we're supposed to be in the low 90s this afternoon. Tomorrow we'll be back into the upper 70s to low 80s. Over in Alaska, we got southern and south side of Alaska. Got some rain and snow showers there. Guam Islands out there in the Atlantic. You got some showers on your knocking on your doorsteps, moving your way. Also, we got some on the north side of the Hawaiian Islands. Got some scattered showers around that vicinity. And Puerto Rico got some scattered showers out there as well around the island chain. Alright, let's take a look at the Storm Prediction Center outlook for today. As you can see, we got a slight risk of severe weather over eastern North Carolina, also into portions of South Carolina, marginal risk in the South Carolina, and also in the central North Carolina, southeast Virginia. General thunderstorms elsewhere in the southeast. Got a marginal risk also in portions of Louisiana, back into Texas. Also got a marginal risk also in portions of Arkansas, Missouri, all the way back into North and South Dakota, and also in the northeast Colorado and northern Texas. Also have a marginal risk over portions of Montana. General thunderstorm elsewhere in the lighter green areas. The yellow areas, we got slight risk. The enhanced areas is darker orange. If you're in the enhanced risk, this includes the cities of Salina, Kansas, Hutchinson, Kansas, Emperor, Kansas, Newton, Kansas, and Junction City, Kansas, and surrounding areas. The slight risk area, this includes Wichita, Kansas, Raleigh, North Carolina, Springfield, Missouri, Fayetteville, North Carolina, Topeka, Kansas. And a marginal risk, this includes Houston, Texas, Charlotte, North Carolina, Denver, Colorado, New Orleans, Louisiana, Virginia Beach, Virginia, and the surrounding vicinities. Alright, let's take a look at the tornado probability for today. We got 2% over southeast Texas. Also over here in portions of southwest Missouri through Kansas, northern Oklahoma, and back into just a little bit of eastern Colorado. If you're in the 2%, this includes Houston, Texas, Wichita, Kansas, Corpus Christi, Texas, Pasadena, Texas, and Sugar Land, Texas, and surrounding vicinities. And in the 5%, this includes Salina, Kansas, Newton, Kansas, El Dorado, Kansas, Chanton, Chanute. Sorry if I mispronounced the name wrong, but I apologize for that. Alright, let's take a look at the wind probability for today. We have 5% in the brown over here in the Carolinas, 15% in the Outer Banks of North Carolina, Southern Virginia, also 5% down in Louisiana, back into Texas, also over here in portions of Montana, also in South Dakota, back down through Kansas, and also eastern Colorado, eastern Nebraska into Kansas, and also in the northern Texas and Oklahoma, and also in the Missouri. We got a 15% in portion of Missouri, northern Oklahoma and Kansas, and also a 30% chance in significant winds. The significant severe weather winds would be Wichita, Kansas, Salina, Kansas, Hutchinson, Kansas, Emperor, Kansas, Newton, Kansas. 30% includes from Salina, Kansas, all the way to Junction City, Kansas, and surrounding areas. 15% Wichita, Kansas, Raleigh, North Carolina, Fayetteville, Cary, North Carolina, Wilmington, North Carolina. 5% include Houston, Texas, Charlotte, North Carolina, New Orleans, Louisiana, Virginia Beach, Virginia, and Tuscaloosa, Oklahoma. Let's take a look at the hail probability. We have a 15% over eastern North Carolina, southern Virginia, 5% elsewhere in the southeast across the Carolinas and Virginia. Also down into Louisiana, back into Texas. Also in from Missouri, Arkansas, northern Oklahoma, northern Texas, all the way back into North Dakota. 5% for you guys, also in Montana. 15%, 30% pretty much over Kansas, Missouri as well. And if you're in a significant hail threat area, will be Wichita, Kansas, Joplin, Missouri, Salina, Kansas, Manhattan, Kansas, and Hutchinson, Kansas. The 30% includes Salina, Kansas, all the way to Junction City, Kansas, and Newton, Kansas, and Emperor, Kansas. The 15% include Wichita, Kansas, Springfield, Missouri, Topeka, Kansas, Sulphur, Virginia, Greenville, North Carolina, excuse me. And number 5, Houston, Texas, and 5% that is, excuse me. Houston, Texas, Jacksonville, Florida, Memphis, Tennessee, Charlotte, North Carolina, and Denver, Colorado. Alrighty, that was the hail probability. Alright, let's take a look at the Storm Prediction Center outlook for day number 2. This is your Wednesday outlook. We got general thunderstorm from Florida to Texas, all the way back over to Nevada, Utah, Colorado, back into portion of North Dakota, with Minnesota, back into Wisconsin, through Iowa, Kansas. We got a marginal risk down here in portion of Texas and Louisiana, also western Texas, all the way back in through Oklahoma, Kansas, all the way into Nebraska, all the way north to South Dakota, northern Minnesota, all the way back into Colorado and Wyoming. Also, can't forget about you guys. Got some general thunderstorms over Washington and Oregon states, and northern Idaho and northwest Montana as well. Slight risk includes southeast Montana, all the way back down to northern Texas. The slight risk area does include Denver, Colorado, Colorado Springs, Colorado, Royal, Colorado, Lakewood, Colorado, and Fort Collins, Colorado, and surrounding vicinity. Marginal risk includes Houston, Texas, Lubbock, Texas, Amarillo, Texas, Pasadena, Texas, and Beaumont, Texas for the outlook area. Tornado probability for today, 2% over, not today, but for your Wednesday, excuse me. Eastern Texas, western Louisiana, back into northern Texas, all the way back into portions of Wyoming. 5% over Colorado, as well as southeast Wyoming and western Nebraska. The 5% include Fort Collins, Colorado, Greeley, Colorado, Loveland, Colorado, Cheyenne, Wyoming, and Brighton, Colorado. 2% include Houston, Texas, Denver, Colorado, Royal, Colorado, Pasadena, Texas, and Lakewood, Colorado. The wind probability for tomorrow through western Texas, all the way back into South Dakota, North Dakota, and Montana. We have a 15% in the yellow from northern Texas back into portions of Colorado and also Wyoming, western Nebraska, back into southwest South Dakota and southeast Montana. And this includes the 15% area, includes Denver, Colorado, Colorado Springs, Colorado, Royal, Colorado, Lakewood, Colorado, Fort Collins, Colorado, and surrounding areas. 5%, Houston, Texas, Lubbock, Texas, Amarillo, Texas, Pasadena, Texas, and Beaumont, Texas, and surrounding vicinities. And let's take a look at the hail probability. 5% through western Texas, all the way back into north to South Dakota, also in northern Minnesota, also over northern Texas, all the way through southern Montana. And if you're in the 15%, this includes Denver, Colorado, Colorado Springs, Colorado, Royal, Colorado, Lakewood, Colorado, and Fort Collins, Colorado. And the 5% include Lubbock, Texas, Amarillo, Texas, Pueblo, Colorado, Midland, Texas, and Odessa, Texas for your hail probability for today. Let's take a look at day 3 outlook. This is your Thursday forecast. As you can see, we got general thunderstorms again from Florida all the way back to the Canadian border. Also over here in the northeastern United States, from New York all the way back into portions of Connecticut, back into portions of Maine as well. Also back over to portions of Washington, Oregon, and Montana. Also in the Wyoming, Colorado, and Utah area. Marginal risk over here in portions of Oklahoma, all the way back up into portions of Minnesota, southern North Dakota, all the way back into South Dakota. We have a slight risk also including Oklahoma through Kansas, Missouri, also northwest Missouri, western Iowa, back into South Dakota and Kansas as well. And if you're in the slight risk area, this includes Kansas City, Missouri, Omaha, Nebraska, Wichita, Kansas, Lincoln, Nebraska, Overland Park, Kansas. Marginal risk include Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Tuscaloosa, Oklahoma, Des Moines, Iowa, Norman, Oklahoma, and Lawton, Oklahoma, excuse me. Let's take a look at the probability for Thursday. Thread in the yellow slashed area, the brown is the 5%, 15% for Kansas. 15% include Kansas City, Missouri through Overland Park, Kansas. including Lincoln, Nebraska, and Omaha, Nebraska. Also, 5% include Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Tuscaloosa, Oklahoma, Des Moines, Iowa, Norman, Oklahoma, and Lawton, Oklahoma as well. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Consider subscribing. Love to have you. Like these videos, share these videos, and enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. And we'll catch you back in the next.